And there's a lot of really cool shit right here in Yakima. I mean, right here in Yakima. You don't even have to go to the outer skirt. What's going on, Yakima? Dan Wise here, Wise Media Studios. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic Wednesday. I just want to have a quick video with you guys, kind of let you know our goals for the rest of 2024, what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be changing, all of that fun stuff. The purpose of our podcast is showcasing local businesses and also sharing impactful stories here in the community. So we're going to be separating a little bit on how we're doing Spotlight Business Thursday. Instead of it being Spotlight Business Thursday, it's just going to be Spotlight Thursday, where we're going to showcase local businesses. We're going to showcase impactful stories, whether it be substance abuse, ex-gang members that have turned their life around, people that are going through mental health crisis, the real estate market. People can't afford a house right now. They can't afford apartments. We got people living in their cars. We're actually going to be interviewing a young gentleman tomorrow who's going to be coming on the podcast, who currently lives in his van and kind of doing the minimalist lifestyle, part by choice, part by force, because times are tough. Not everybody can afford, $1,700 to $2,000 for an apartment. I think you can barely rent a room now for that price. That's how bad the economy has become for regular average people trying to make it. So we're going to be showcasing a lot of that here on the podcast. Also uncovering some of the dark secrets, the shady, the taboo side of Yakima. There happens to be quite a few con artists in the area, bad businessmen taking advantage, preying on our community, people that are desperate. We've got some real estate guys out there that are putting people in really bad situations, taking advantage of them. We've also got some HVAC guys, HVAC guys like Adrian Martinez, who take people's money, then don't show up to do jobs. We've already exposed him a little bit, and we're going to be doing quite a few of those going forward, just because since we've done those, the community, has reached out to us with many other con artists in the area. And the biggest thing that takes the most time in doing these is we need to vet and make sure that whatever accusations we're hearing ring true, because there are people out there that will just get upset at somebody or had a bad business dealing, not necessarily a scam, but they want to go out and kind of trash that person without any real backbone to stand on. So we want to make sure we do our homework, make sure that it's a legit bad company before we expose them. But part of the reason why I do this, and I'm so blessed, I feel like it's such a blessing that I get to do a podcast. I get to make content. I get to report stories that I'm passionate about. And the fact that I get to do this is really the key word. I think if I had to do this, I probably wouldn't do it anymore. Tony White, myself, Kate and Brooke, we take a lot of pride in the production value that we try to give out. Also, Yakima, we're pretty much your premier podcast video studio. We've got 1,800 square foot. We've got a couple of different rooms. We've got a meeting room. We've got a video room. We've got a full podcast studio room. And we've even got a green screen, which I'm on right now. That is really my view. Like, I'm not sitting at my desk right now. I'm sitting at a different desk, just testing out some of the software. But I took a video of my view out my window in the 8th floor of the Larson building, and I used it on my green screen. So if you're interested in starting your own podcast, coming in, if you're interested in a green screen, if you're interested in doing your own setup, come on down. We got you covered. But yeah, we plan on having a lot of fun. I also want to give a big shout out to United Way of Central Washington with Farron and Barbara. They came in a couple weeks ago. They did an awesome interview with us, and they dropped off quite a bit of swag. We got a hat, we got some shirts, we've got some cups. They gave us some keychains, all kinds of cool stuff. So thank you so much, ladies. I had an awesome interview. They do great work here in the community. Most of the nonprofits like Union Gospel Mission, a lot of places like that, that many of us rely on for resource, getting help, things of that nature. Actually, United Way is the one that funds a lot of these local chapters. That's where they get their money from. So you got to stay local. You got to give thanks. Sometimes we just walk around with our heads in the sand, not really knowing where things come from, how things work, how things are made. And there's a lot of really cool shit right here in Yakima. I mean, right here in Yakima, you don't even have to go to the outer skirts. right here in our hometown. We've got some awesome events. We've got parades. We've got what is it, Drag on the Ave, where got all the muscle cars and the old cars going up and down Yakima Ave. That's coming back real soon. You've got Downtown Association of Yakima, who puts on the Sunday events, the green market, the shoppers market. That's a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff to do if you really just kind of open your eyes. It's easy to be negative. We can all look out the window and find a bunch of shit that's wrong. We can blame the cops. We can blame that. But at the end of the day, you know, us as community members of this area, it's up to us to voice our opinion to get things the way that it should be. And you've got to do that by voting. You got to do that with positivity. You can't just bitch and moan about how wrong everything is, because no one's going to listen to you. Put it on paper, get to your city council, let your voice be heard, maybe get a little education on whatever the topic is that you want to speak about so you actually know what you're talking about. We see a lot of protesters out right now protesting all kinds of different causes. Some causes are great, some maybe not so great. But the problem is, a lot of the protesters that are out there protesting, if you really sit there and talk to them, a lot of them don't really even know what it is they're protesting for. You know, they read a cliff note or a highlight on their favorite news station, and they kind of go out talking about this. But then when you corner them and you start asking them some questions, you get aggression back because you've kind of painted them into a corner and they don't know as much as they thought they did. And really, if we could just open our arms as a community member and try to educate ourselves, educate our fellow community members, bring awareness. You know, knowledge is power, guys. It really is. So yeah, this is just a quick video to let you guys know that Wise Media Studios would love to invite you. If you want to come for a free tour, check out our studio. We're in the Larson building. If you don't know where that is, it's directly across the street from Cowiche Canyon, the restaurant, downtown Yakima. We're on the 8th floor. We've got beautiful views. Come on up, have a cup of coffee or some matcha. But guys, I'm Dan Wise, Wise Media Studios, people helping people, communities method, one day at a time. See you guys Thursday. Peace.